Hello everybody, welcome back to Fresh Baked. Today we are doing a construction update. We're back in the parks again. It's our first actual construction update at the Disneyland Resort. We did a little something for a touch of Disney over at DCA. This is our first chance to see what's happening with ongoing projects at Disneyland. And we're going to start right here in ToonTown to check out this. What big building? There's no big building here. Okay, so we're in ToonTown. That is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's an enormous building. I wonder how this compares size-wise to Rise of Resistance, but considering how it pretty much engulfs the entire skyline of ToonTown, that's how big it is. When I was making a list of things that I wanted to observe when I came to Disneyland, what I wrote down in my notes was, how does the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway building look from the ground in ToonTown? This is way before I knew that they had this. That's how it looks, okay? You know what? I think it looks better. I have to be honest. I like this giant building in the background, even just as it is. I mean, I know they're going to paint it and probably put up some kind of facade, but I prefer this to the fake, rolling green hills. Some of it still exists. They left the actual proper ToonTown, Hollywood sign type part of that up over there, above or behind Mickey's house. But they had some here as well, and I don't know. I think it looks clever. There's no big building here. And so, by the way, this is what does it say? It's paid for. By the ToonTown Department of Implausible Deniability, which you can't see the list of it, but I know that's what it says. Implausible Deniability. Dare I say, inspired. It looks great. Put a little paint on that wall and you're in business. No problem. By the way, these construction walls here around the 5 and Dime were not here on Tuesday. I don't know what this is for, but it's possible that that's related to Mickey and Minnie's railway construction, because this was supposed to be the proposed entrance. The 5 and Dime was going to be the entrance to the building. Having said that, those walls just went up in the last couple of days, so I mean, I don't know. It could just be for just general repair around those buildings, or it could be something more significant. We'll pay attention. We'll come back here again, obviously, to track its progress. All right, let's leave ToonTown and head to Tomorrowland, where there's some new developments there. So here at the entrance to Tomorrowland, we still have, there were a few remaining things happening when we left, and this was one of them. They still had, these the walls up around whatever it is that's behind there. That was actually a topic of discussion. If there was some sort of maintenance thing, or there was somebody said there was like a closet, the downstairs closet. Anyway, this is still here, but the last remaining French fry racks have been removed. They were right here. They have been removed, and they put in all this landscaping. And I have to say, this is 1,000 times better than before. Those French fry racks, as we all know, are a complete eyesore. And they were bad enough out here in the front. There was a set here, and there was a set there where those walls are there, and then there was a third set here. This looks fantastic. It looks so much better. And it'll look even better at night when they have the light show going on again here. But the landscaping looks terrific. I mean, it makes you wonder why those things even existed in the first place. Obviously, they had a whole plan about this, the steampunk type retro future look that they were going for. But they just wound up looking like French fry racks and an eyesore. And now this, why is this not just superior? Even for Tomorrowland, this is superior. Now the question is, are they going to keep going forward with the Tomorrowland, the new stuff that they were doing? Because the entrance here, the remodel that they were working on, the concept art that they put out, although they didn't say it explicitly, they didn't say it in so many words, the assumption was that was the beginning of what was going to happen to Tomorrowland. They were going to do something, with the grass here, and then you've got the grass on the other side. The assumption was that something was going to happen with Tomorrowland, and that was sort of the kickoff, just the beginning of it. But now that we are in this post-COVID era where money's tight and they're not doing any kind of, expansions, although I must say they did talk about Disneyland Forward. And my feeling on that actually is that if they're okay to go with Disneyland Forward, then maybe they're okay to go on Tomorrowland. Maybe the Disneyland Forward stuff comes after Tomorrowland, and that is something that I can get behind. That is a decision that I think is a good. I think that's the way they should go. We don't want. I've always said I would rather not have expansion. I'd rather than put all that money into making the current park better, making Tomorrowland better, making all the Fantasylands better. So I would prefer they do this stuff first, the Tomorrowland stuff first, and I feel like that is Disneyland Forward just could be a way to trigger the city to allow for more of that kind of thing. Well, here's the thing that they did finish while we were closed, is the stairs that they've been working on at Space Mountain in Tomorrowland. These were still under construction when we were last here. No change on the Matterhorn status. It is still closed. No water running, no waterfalls, no sounds of Harold. No anything. I still don't know anything about what is the cause for it being under refurb. If it's a repair issue, or well, it has to be a repair issue. I just don't know what it is. It wasn't that long ago, before the park's closed, that it was down for quite a while because it needed to be. There were parts that fell. Some of the interior structure had kind of rotted out and collapsed. I don't know if this is related to that or not. They haven't said anything. Matter of fact, the fact that they haven't said anything is not a good sign, in my opinion. There are whispers that Matterhorn is dying from the inside, and it possibly may need to be rebuilt from the ground up. And actually, when you think about it, that could be where some of those rumors started. You might have heard the rumors about them turning, the Matterhorn into a Frozen themed thing. And I can imagine a scenario where they were saying, okay, we gotta, the Matterhorn's falling apart. We gotta destroy it and build it back up again. Hey, while we're at it, let's put some theming in there. Let's make it part of something else. Let's do this whole thing and go all the way. So I do feel like it's possible that those rumors didn't just emanate out of thin air, and that there was a genesis for that, and that could be, those construction walls out in front of Matterhorn right now. No view of Jungle Cruise updates from the exit queue at Indiana Jones, I'm afraid. Not even a peek through the scrim will help, I don't think. Nope, double layers. Over the years, Disney has perfected their ability to block us from seeing these construction updates. If we go over to the Tropical Hideaway, I expect we'll find the same kind of result. No views at all of what's happening with Trader Sam. Yeah, just as I suspected, there are those great scrims over here at Tropical Hideaway. I would get closer to try to see through there, but I don't want to interrupt anybody having their dolmens. They look delicious. I want to eat one at the moment. But yeah, we won't be able to see anything that's happening. But we have confirmed more or less. I guess I don't know if it's confirmed. But Ken Potrick has said that this is going to open summer of 2021. And it does sound like they'll have, it'll be, the new ride when that happens. In summer 2021, we'll have the new scenes. Right here is where you'll see the new gift shop where Trader Sam was. The new gift shop scene, which is pretty cool looking, very clever. I approve. And that's it for our construction update from Disneyland. But don't forget, we got stuff at DCA. Stick around. Once more into the breach. We'll wrap up our Avengers Campus coverage the last time we do this, but not the last time ever, because in short order we'll be doing this again for Disneyland Forward, hopefully. I just experienced the most surreal feeling walking into this cage like we've done every weekend doing these construction reports. That was the strangest thing. It's like no time has passed at all. Everything's back to normal. We're back. So here we go. I hope I remember how to do this. That's Avengers Campus down there. There's a Spider-Man attraction. Papa Web Suppliers. I guess that's right there is the is Pim Foods. I mean, you can't see the ground, which is unfortunate. I was hoping I could see the ground and see how it looks like, but I guess you need an aerial for that, a true aerial. But you can see Quinjet on top of the Avengers building. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, goes wherever a spider can. Yeah, this view is really quite useless to see the ground, man. I mean, really, the only thing we can get a good look at is the Quinjet. So, kind of a letdown, FreshBaked. I have to say, I was really hoping for something a little cooler than the shots I'm getting. But the views that we've seen from, even just from Google Earth, are better than this. Because Google Earth is straight down, and it's relatively current. Google Earth is showing a completed Avengers Campus. So let's retire this segment. But like I said before, that's not the end of our Pixar Pal-Around coverage. Someday in the near future, we'll be up here again looking at this view. That's the Simba parking lot next to the Paradise Pier Hotel. That is going to be the site of the future expansion for Disneyland Forward, the DCA side. All of that you see in there in your frame is going to be, a new expansion, as well as behind Paradise Pier Hotel, and to its right over there by the Disneyland Hotel, which we probably won't be able to see very well for the Disneyland side of the expansion, and we're going down. But not yet. That's going to be a few years before we even see that. Maybe quite a few years. But when the time comes for us to enjoy Disneyland Forward, or whatever they're going to call it, the Disneyland expansion, I figure that's where we're going to cross the street. You're going to go through that door backstage, which is not going to exist anymore because they're taking up the backstage stuff in order to do this new expansion. Well, I guess some of it will exist. But that's probably your access to cross Disneyland Drive and get into what is now the Simba parking lot. You'll probably enter the same driveway that you enter the Simba parking lot. I believe they connect. Well, look at that. I had completely forgotten about this view of Avengers Campus over here right next to Mission Breakout. And back then you couldn't see anything. But today, oh boy, can you see that Avengers building and oh my god, the Quinjet looks fantastic from here. It really does. And you get a pretty good view, the best view we've seen so far of Pimp Foods, Pimp's Test Kitchen, the real there's a look at those doors. What you're seeing, that honeycomb texture there, is on the front of the building as well as the doors. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. There could be side exits or side entrance, because this would be an access area to Avengers Campus. When it opens up. So while I was standing here filming this, I ran into Dylan from Theme Park Obsessions. He showed me a bunch of cool stuff that they've really been working hard over here by Mission Breakout. They've installed these new walls right here. We saw them doing this from the Fun Wheel a long time ago, trying to figure out what that is, but they've themed the walls. They've got this little, I don't know, Avengers Campus thing. It's just for show, but it's kind of neat. It looks like it's supposed to trigger something, or maybe to open the doors. But even cooler than that, look at this. We make our way back over here. This is the wall into Avengers Campus. And they've got this stuff on the ground here. And it looks like some kind of spill, and it's sort of this iridescent quality, kind of like Pandora. If you've seen the lighting effects of Pandora, I think it's like that, because these do have LEDs in there occasionally. You'll see a few here and there, and this is going to light up and look pretty neat at night. So it looks like kind of like some kind of oil spill or something. Ooh, that texture on my feet is interesting. Well, hello from post-production. Pausing this update right here to update you. On the day that I recorded this footage, the Disney Parks blog had also posted an update on Mission Breakout. I hadn't yet seen it. And apparently they have revealed the backstory for that ooze, where it came from. And apparently the collector, Benicio del Toro's character, Tavan, placed his fortress against the edges of Avengers Campus. Now, what placed means, I don't know. Did it fall from the sky? Was it cosmically done? Probably, because, well, we're going to get to some other things here in a minute, what I found in this area around Mission Breakout. But placing this here, there was some sort of... It warped the ground underneath, surrounding the entire building, causing this, what they're calling a cosmic disruption
to ooze from the ground below. So it's coming up from the ground as opposed to being a spill or any kind of like a wounded animal or something like that. And for what it's worth, if you want to know a little bit more about that specific ooze, the artist who created this imagery, who is a theme park designer, made a post on Instagram as well. Morgan Lee Richardson, who, you know, this is his kind of thing, this is his kind of art, took credit for this. And he said it was an inspiration, he was inspired by Jack Kirby, who was if you know Jack Kirby, he's one of the original artists for Marvel from way back in the day. So I think that's pretty neat. All right, let's get back to the update.
And it's all over the place. That is really neat. They've been doing all this while we were sleeping. And it goes all the way to the back to the exit of, how you doing? Hi guys. What's up guys? It goes, wow, they got the queue all the way out here, my goodness. Social distancing, right? It goes all the way to the back here, to the exit, to the gift shop. Interesting. And I'm almost like I said, I'm almost certain it's going to light up at night and it's going to look really neat. We're going to try to be here maybe later if we can to see if that lights up yet. They've rethemed this door. This is to backstage. You've got the Stark Aeronautics logo on there and another one of those panels, control panels, that quote unquote opens the door. And what's really got me intrigued are these new walls they've installed here. You can see the Avengers logo on that wall. That obviously wasn't there before. It extends out from the side there, and then there's a matching wall over here, which makes me think, you can kind of see there, here, let's get closer. There's a certain element to it, with the way they designed this, that makes me think that this was supposed to be, like, in theory, in world, some kind of effect, like it's a door, it's a portal. It's creating a portal. These two things would kind of beam across and connect to each other, and you would walk through the portal. So it would take you from, Hollywood, right? Take you from, Old Town Hollywood, and as soon as when you go through, you're into whatever world Mission Breakout is in, which is really neat. And by the way, you've also got some light features down here, which are probably going to further that effect. I'm not sure how those work or what they might do, but it's going to add to the illusion of there being some sort of, screen or whatever, some sort of portal that you're going to walk through when you come into Mission Breakout. All in all, this has the potential to be quite a scene in the evening hours at DCA. Every day, we learn more and more about Avengers Campus. It gets better and better in my eye. I can't wait. I can't wait until June 4th.
Now, one thing that we're going to be adding to construction videos going forward are going to be some of the operational changes that are taking place. This due to, COVID or something like that, which have become very important things that people need to know more, just as much about construction, but just about how things operate. So look forward for more operational segments in these shows, including this.
Lockers. Lockers are not yet open. There's been a lot of people asking about this, so I thought I'd update you. I don't know, it's a tough situation. It's a lot of common touch, people touching the same thing over and over, which means a lot of cleaning. But I know these things are very useful for a lot of folks, and they need these things, especially if you're going to be here all day. So I'll try to pay attention to this and let you guys know as soon as they become available again. But I would expect the same thing to be happening over at Disneyland, by the way. So Layton is running, but just one side. The right side is operating, the left side is not. It's still running, but they're not putting jets on there. Ops decision, I'm sure they're probably just working out this week. I don't know how long this will last, but for now, just one side is running, but it has not affected wait times at all. Limited capacity. There's just, the line was there for 5 minutes.
A long time to let junkyard for my
Looks like they have found a new meeting spot for Mater, which is perfect. It's right across the street from Toolmeters. It's ideal. They used to have them back there by Radiator Springs Racers, but this is even better. I like this a lot better. And of course, if you want to meet Lightning McQueen is out here in front of the Radiator Springs Fire Department. I think that's how it was for such a Disney.
Radiator Springs.
A good spot as well for this. Better than the Cozy Cones. I'm not sure why they did it at the Cozy Cones now that I'm seeing these two locations.
Wow!
I really had a hankering for a Red's Apple Freeze, which you can get at cone number 4, but only 3 of the 5 cones are open, just FYI. Chili con queso, ice cream cones, and churros. So you can get chili, ice cream, or a churro, but no Red's Apple Freeze. So if you're coming from Avengers Campus into Radiator Springs, you get to see these billboards. Gateway to Ornament Valley, and then the Radiator Springs, home of Lightning McQueen and Sir Tom Mater. He was knighted in the second film. But if you're going in the direction of Radiator Springs into Avengers Campus, the boards will look different. Now they're hidden them here, but we've seen somebody got stuck a photo of this before they covered them, and these are 50s era advertisements for Stark Automotive. I think it was Stark Automotive. I don't have the images on me right now, but I'll put them here. But that's how it's going to look as you walk into Avengers Campus, which is really neat because you've got this old school kind of vintage feeling for Cars Land. Certainly they don't apply it when you get into Avengers Campus proper, but when you're here in Cars Land, it's a while ago. Ariel's Undersea Adventures remodel or refresh is complete. It was just paint and polish, basically. I'm not sure what, if any, changes there were to the color palette. I don't have any old images in front of me to compare, but I mean, it's going to be better than it was before, right? There you go, and it's operating, it's running, of course. As is Cocina Cucamonga. Their paint job has been refreshed, and again, I expect it to be the same as before. It's just, or just like Little Mermaid, where it's just new paint. Not necessarily change any of the theming or the color palette. That's good.
Now, one of the major ops things that has occurred that I wasn't fully aware of until just today and yesterday actually was the extent to which Disney is employing mobile order. I had thought it would be most, if not all, and that they were still going to allow you to order at the window, but everything is mobile order, and there is only mobile order. Even places like the Plaza Inn at Disneyland, or like the French Market. French Market, you just walk up to it. You can't even go inside, which I wish I had some video of that, but it just now occurred to me to include this in our construction video about the mobile order thing. But you'll find that it's the only way that you can order food, and and you can't pay at the counter or anything like that.
For example, here at Cocina, you'll notice there used to be a whole bunch of cash stations right here. You place your order just like where that guy is. You place your order and pay there, and then walk up to the window. They've taken all of those out. And that means that this is a pretty significant decision, if you ask me. The fact that they've actually removed them from this scene. So all you do now is you go in your app, you place your order, and you walk up, and it tells you when you're ready. Show the guy your thing, and he tells you where to go. Sometimes there's a queue, which they've got here a queue for that. Sometimes if it's slow like it is right now, you can walk right up to the window. But that's it. The only time that you can place an order at a machine like this is under very specific circumstances, like you're having trouble with your phone doesn't work, or you don't have the app or something like that. I don't know, but you have to actually go through the rigmarole of telling them what's going on and tell them why you can't place a mobile order. You can't just ask if you can do that. I should say not place, but order at the cashier.
Now today, or in these current conditions as we see them now, that's not a big deal. I placed my order and was able to hit the thing that says I'm ready, make my order, and pick it up all in a matter of minutes. But yesterday, when it's more busy, let's say at Disneyland, your wait time might be an hour or more in order for from when you place your order to when it's when your available window is, and then you have to click the I'm here button, make my order, and then you have to wait for them to make your food and call you. So it's a lot more strict, I guess is the word. I'm not sure if that's the right phrase to use, but it used to just be much simpler mobile order, but that was because it was plan B as opposed to plan A. Now it's just plan 0. There is no other plans. Mobile order only at DCA and Disneyland.
Came over to Paradise Garden. I had to make sure, confirm, Paradise Garden Grill and Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta are closed. Such a shame.
And as I continue to relax here on this park bench in front of Buena Vista Street at DCA, I'm not sure how often we're going to be able to do these, because obviously we can't come to the park every week. I'm looking for a street team, looking for people that, if you are here in the park, if you're a friend of FreshBaked, if you're here in the park, either DCA, Disneyland, if you notice something, a construction issue, a repair issue, an ops situation, email me, david@freshbakedisney.com. Be our street team out there. Send me a photo or just tell me what's happening and I can find a photo that might match with it if you're not able to do that. But if you notice anything, let me know, and that way we can keep everybody up to date on a weekly basis so that we can fill in the blanks while we're not here. So David@freshbakedisney.com. Email me your issues. You can also DM me on Twitter, FreshBaked Disney, that's fresh with no E. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this week's episode, this week's construction video. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun filming this today and doing all kinds of stuff. And I look forward to doing more of these. So stay tuned, FreshBaked. We love you guys. Follow us on Instagram @_FreshBaked and on Twitter @FreshBaked Disney, that's fresh with no E. Send us your updates, street team. I will shout you out in the video. I will shout you out. I will tell you, I'll tell everybody where it came from. Give you guys credit and all that. We look forward to it. We'll see you next time, guys. FreshBaked.